we're going to go ahead and do our number corner lesson. So I want you to go ahead and get out your sorting pages that we did yesterday when I met with you for our live teach. Grab your sorting pieces, okay? Grab your frog and toad graph and grab your own spinner, the one that looks like this, okay? And also grab a pencil, some glue, some scissors, and possibly your green and brown crayon as well. You can always go back and color after we're done with our lesson, but we're just gonna go through and kind of walk through our number corner again, just as we did yesterday when we were on our live chat, just to kind of get you in the groove. I'll probably do it again on Friday, and then I'll kind of leave you alone with number corner for a little while, and then we'll meet up again within a few days next week and kind of go over what you've been doing. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at our second card for our month of April. So yesterday, it's behind me, we did a ruler, and remember we said that this is how we measure the length of something. So we got to fill in the length part of our sorting sheet. So we were able to put our ruler underneath a way that we can measure length. Okay, so let's take a look at our Thursday card, our second card. Oh my goodness, this looks so similar to something we have in our classroom. Do you know what this is called? Great job. This is called a scale, a balance scale. So you can take a look. Our scale has 3 pencils on this side and 2 pencils on this side. Is this scale balanced right now? No, it's not. There are more pencils on this side than there are on this side. And if you take a look at the middle, this little yellow triangle, if it was a balanced scale, this would get this little point would be directly in the center of our whole scale. And right now it's not. It's kind of tilting closer to our pencils that only have 2 because this side is heavier. So this scale is not balanced. But what did we talk about yesterday? This kind of measurement would measure what? Would it measure length, weight, temperature, or capacity? Let me tell you about capacity one more time from yesterday. Remember yesterday I broke out our measuring cup and in our measuring glass that we have here, and we were going to talk about how we fill this up. So when we're measuring capacity, we want to see how much of something can go inside of our tools that we're using. So we do a lot of capacity when we're baking. Is today something that we're baking with? No, today's not a baking one. So I would think that this is not capacity. We also talked about temperature yesterday, and temperature is taken with a thermometer. You might have a thermometer, something like this, that would scan your head to see if you have a fever. You might look at a thermometer that's outside. So temperature is another thing we're looking at. Is our balance scale measuring temperature? No, it's not. So we only really have one other option because we know it's not length. You know it's not a ruler or a yardstick like this. You know that it is a scale, and it's going to measure what? Weight. Great job. So what I want you to do is to find your pieces that look like this. And you are going to cut out the card that looks like the one that we have here, but you are going to cut out your little tiny card with the number 2 in the corner. So I'm going to take my scissors and do the same thing with you. And we're going to cut out the number 2 card that matches our big card all together. Okay? All right, you just told me that this measures weight. Weight. What letter does weight begin with? A W. So what I want you to do is on your sorting sheet, next to the word length, there is our W word, weight. So I'm going to take my glue stick and I'm going to put glue on the back of my card, and I'm going to glue it underneath the section that says weight. So right now we have 1 card in the length, 1 card in the weight, and we have nothing in our capacity and temperature sorting parts, okay? So that part is kind of easy. So far, and remember, if you remember from yesterday, I told you we're going to have an A, B, C, D pattern. So this is our A, this is our B. Stay tuned, because pretty soon you're going to get your C and your D. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and try to guess those patterns really soon. For now, though, on your April blank calendar, you can just go ahead and draw a little scale just like we got for today. All right, the next part that you are doing is your frog and toad spinner. I am going to actually go ahead and spin. You don't have to put what I spin. You can spin your own spinner, or if you want to follow along with me, you're more than welcome to fill in your graph to make it look like mine for this part. But remember, I'm not going to do this every single day for you, so you're going to have to do it on your own. So eventually your graph will look different than mine anyway, okay? I'm going to go ahead and spin. Why don't you take a spin? And today I got a frog. Yesterday we got a toad. So I'm going to take my graph, and remember we talked about that when we get a frog, we color this green. When we get a toad, we color this brown. So I'm going to take my green, and I'm going to color in one part of my graph green at the bottom. Okay? So you notice in my graph right now, I have an even number. I have one for frog, one for toad, okay? So you can either spin yourself or you can make your graph look like mine, okay? Your next part of number corner when you are at home is coloring in a section of your school at home side. I've been using stickers. You're more than welcome to use stickers. You can just color it in. But I'm going to add another star for today to represent our days at home. Ella made a great point yesterday. She said that, Mrs. Patrick, we're not in school the amount of days that you're saying. I counted that Friday that we were not in school, the first day that you were off. You don't have to count that if you don't want. That's not the day you started all of your work. So you can have 14 days while Mrs. Patrick has 15. As long as you're coloring in each day, it's okay if our numbers don't match exactly. I'm going to always be a day ahead of you if you didn't count that Friday, so that's okay. Okay? And then on our number line, for the days that we are in school, we are going to be in days of school for 136. Can you say out loud, how would I write the number 136? A 1, a 3, and a 6. Nice job. And I'll write it on my whiteboard. I know that you can't see my number line because I was trying to sit and do the things with you. But when we are done, I will be sure to put 136 on our number line. So we have a 1, a 3, and a 6. How many more days do we need to get to 140? This is a hard question. Let's think about it. I have 136. What comes next? 137, great job. Then what? 138, then what? 139, and then what? 140. Oh my goodness. So 4 more school days, or 4 more days that you are in home, will give us 140. My gosh, do you remember when we were on day 100? That's crazy. We are 40 days past that now. So every day you are going to do the same things that we just did together. And you're going to fill out your sorting sheet, your frog and toad graph, and you're going to fill in your April calendar, okay? And as well as your days at home. I'm going to check in again with you tomorrow just to do one more day with you. And then I probably won't make a number corner video probably until maybe Wednesday of next week. And we'll kind of play catch up and talk about what you have so far on your graph and what you have so far on your calendar. Just because pretty soon you're going to see a pattern and you won't need me every day for me to go over it. So we will just kind of go over a bunch of days at the same time when we do another video. But I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night, guys.